Today's story is about a doll, but this is no ordinary doll. It is considered the most cursed doll on Earth, and it still exists in this world. This doll is so dangerous that strict rules have been made to protect people from its curse. Those who visit it are warned to follow these rules, or something terrible might happen to them. The story of this doll begins around 120 years ago. In 1905, a couple named Thomas Otto and Minnie Elizabeth Otto, who lived in Key West, Florida, traveled to Germany to visit their relatives. They were originally from Germany, but had moved to America and settled in Florida. One day, while walking, they saw a doll displayed in a departmental store. They liked it so much that they decided to buy it for their young son, Robert Eugene Otto, as a gift for his upcoming 5th birthday. Back then, it was normal for boys to play with dolls. The doll they saw in the display was 3 feet 3 inches tall, almost the size of a small child. It was made in 1904 by the Steiff Company, the same company that created the famous teddy bear in 1902. The doll was specially made for display, as no one usually bought such a large doll. But the Ottos were so fond of it that they bought it and brought it back to Florida. Their home was on Eaton Street, numbered 534. Besides Robert, they had an older daughter named Mizpath Otto and a nanny named Amelie Eberhardt, who also lived with them with her young daughter, Caroline. On October 25, 1905, Robert's 5th birthday was celebrated with great enthusiasm. Among all the gifts, the doll was the biggest and most special one. Robert was overjoyed when he saw it. He became so attached to it that he ignored all his other toys and spent all his time with the doll. He talked to it, played with it, and even slept with it. He named the doll Robert after himself and gave it his favorite sailor suit. To this day, the doll is still called Robert the Doll and wears the same sailor outfit. Robert's obsession with the doll grew so much that he even started insisting that his name was Eugene and that Robert was the doll's name. Over time, everyone in the house started calling the doll Robert and the boy Eugene. But strange things began to happen. One night, Minnie heard Eugene talking to someone in his room. When she entered, she found no one else there. Eugene claimed he was talking to Robert, but Minnie was terrified. She searched the room, but found nothing unusual. As time passed, more strange incidents occurred. Household items would break or move on their own, and Eugene would blame Robert for it. Minnie grew increasingly scared of the doll. One day, in frustration, she locked the doll in a closet, hoping it would stop the chaos. But the strange occurrences didn't stop. The family's servant, George, once saw the doll standing on the stairs late at night, even though it had been locked away. Terrified, George quit his job and left the house. Years went by, and Robert grew up. He eventually lost interest in the doll and stored it in a suitcase in the attic. He moved to Paris to pursue a career in painting and married a woman named Annette Parker. However, his career didn't flourish, and after his mother's death in 1945, he returned to the family home in Key West with his wife. They decided to start a new life there, but little did they know, the doll was still in the attic. One day, while cleaning the attic, Annette found the doll and gave it to Eugene. To her surprise, Eugene became obsessed with it again, just like he had as a child. He started talking to the doll as if it were alive. Annette began hearing strange voices and experiencing eerie incidents in the house. She eventually locked the doll in the attic, but the disturbances continued. One night, Annette mysteriously disappeared and was later found locked in a closet, claiming that Robert had trapped her there. Eugene's health deteriorated, and he spent his last years in a state of madness, often seen talking to the doll. He passed away in 1974, leaving Annette alone in the house. Unable to bear the terror of the doll, she sold the house to a neighbor, William Geiger, but made it clear that the doll must stay in the house. Annette moved to Massachusetts, where she died in 1979. The new owners of the house, William and Myrtle Reuter, moved in with their young daughter, Sarah. Sarah found the doll in the attic and became attached to it. But one night, she woke up, screaming, claiming that the doll had tried to strangle her. William, thinking it was just her imagination, locked the doll in a suitcase. Shortly after, William died under mysterious circumstances, and Myrtle eventually donated the doll to the East Martello Museum in Key West in 1994, calling it cursed. At the museum, the doll continued to cause trouble. Strange occurrences were reported, and visitors claimed to see the doll move or change expressions. Many people who disrespected the doll or broke the rules, like not asking permission before taking its photo, faced misfortunes, such as losing jobs, getting into accidents, or experiencing paranormal activities in their homes. The museum staff established strict rules for visitors, such as greeting the doll politely, asking for permission before taking photos, and saying goodbye before leaving. Those who followed the rules were safe, but those who didn't faced the doll's wrath. Paranormal experts investigated the doll and concluded that it was a portal for spirits, particularly those of children with unfinished business. They believed that the doll had been cursed by black magic, possibly by the nanny, Amelie Eberhardt, who had a grudge against the Otto family after her daughter, Carolyn, died under mysterious circumstances. Some believe Carolyn's spirit is attached to the doll, seeking revenge. Today, Robert the doll remains in the East Martello Museum, where it continues to attract visitors and paranormal enthusiasts. Many claim to have experienced its curse firsthand, while others remain skeptical. Whether you believe in curses or not, the story of Robert the doll is a chilling reminder of the mysteries that surround us. If you ever visit Florida, make sure to visit the museum and see Robert the doll. But remember to follow the rules. Greet the doll, ask for permission before taking photos, and say goodbye. And if you don't have anything nice to say, it's better to stay silent. After all,
Robert might be listening.
And if you want more such interesting stories, then do not forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next story. Till then, take care of yourself. Thanks.